We're rolling into day 4. Well, because we don't order the right things first time.
We have a throttle body.
Click.
Got the wiring about 80-ish% done. Almost everything in the car is done. We got to get the dash installed. We're just waiting on the dash bezel to come in. Radiator's in and mounted. I have to wire up the fans out here, wire up the starter. The plumbing for the intercooler stuff has been done in the engine bay. Now we just have to get it to the back. Today, big thing we're going to do is start on the exhaust system. I'm hoping to have a drive shaft in today. Plumb the fuel system, plumb the trans lines, button up the wiring down there by the trans. Still have to drill the hole for the shifter cable, get that installed, finalize the brake lines, get those bled. Our goal is to get it running tomorrow. So, and I'm not one just to do everything just to get it to start. I want to be able to start it and pretty much move it immediately after checking fluids. So it's not going to start until it's pretty much ready. So I'm going to be optimistic and say we might be almost done tomorrow. So by the end of day tomorrow, depending on when that end of day is. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to get right back to it.
Yeah, I remember what we were doing. Like with our lives?
The more things we can do for the final time, the happier I am.
I heard making hoses is your favorite.
You heard that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somebody lied to you. You gonna cut it? Not my finger, Bob.
Right there?
Yeah, that works.
You got 10 of them.
Parts run number 3.
I didn't get a drain pan. Chuck's getting it for me though. So I'm just gonna stand here like an idiot.
Are very shiny, very nice Eddie Motorsports hood brackets. Built aluminum, look cool, function great, and we've got struts to help hold the hood up, which will make it really nice. So we're gonna get them bolted on.
So it's the end of day 4. Car's coming together quite nicely. We're gonna call it a day, come back tomorrow, start off fresh, and see if we can't get this thing to start. It's gonna be close. We'll see what happens. It's day 5, and we're here at Big 3. So today, we need to get the car running to stay on schedule. We're still missing a few parts, like fuel injectors and a drive shaft. Hopefully they'll be here. But we've got quite a bit of stuff we can button up in the meantime. So let's go.
Well, we're on plan A, B, C, D, E, like G on mounting these things.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So we're gonna bolt them together, make a little panel, and get them in the car. I hug it while I'm working on it because I love it.
Get this regulator prepped to figure out where we're gonna mount it.
Bob, I need you to calm down.
Calm down, Bob. I think everybody's attacking me.
Bob, why are you getting attacked right now, bro?
I need you to calm down.
Stop treating me like Rick. Okay, let's find out.
Got a white box? Yeah, that one.
Uh-oh, don't leave him hanging, Chuck.
I can't even say the word. Trying to figure out what's going to work best to run this flex fuel sensor, and that is not going to work.
So we just got our wheel and tires on the rear of the vehicle. We went with the RC component Torx Heathen. It's a new wheel that they've got. It's a single bead lock in a 15x9. We mounted a 275 ET Street Radial Pro on it. Should give us all the traction we need to hit our goal on the drag strip.
If you're not tugging at least to the top of the rim, you're not doing it right.
So it's the end of day 5 and we're getting really, really close to firing this thing up. We've got to finish the anti-roll bar, get some hoses and fittings on this deal, get a tune in it, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. It's day 6. Car still doesn't run.
So it's day 6. The car's still not running. Supposed to be running yesterday, but Rick had to go home early, so we didn't get it done like we were wanting to. So today we got 3 more fuel lines to do. Mount the fuel filter, one more transmission line. We got to put a tune in the ECU still. Rick's just about done making that. Weld that anti-roll bar in. Made up some mounts for that yesterday, so now we just got to do a little bit of cleaning on the frame, get that in there, and then put a couple more fluids in it. Do a systems check on everything, make sure everything's working the way it's supposed to, and get it fired up and get it over to the dyno is the plan. So no more wasting time. Get to work. So this is our anti-roll bar. It's a universal kit from Rhodes that we got through Summit for our 69 Camaro. With the frame rails, they kind of taper back in the back. They get a little wider as you go further back. So you can't just weld it straight in to the bottom of the frame rail. Also, the factory frame rails aren't real thick, so I had to make a reinforcement plate for it. And it's kind of triangulated to make that square, because you need to have this anti-roll bar perfectly square in the car, and there can't be any bind on these bushings, or else it's just not going to work as well. So we kind of came up with this little design, and I think it's going to do good. So we're going to go ahead and get that welded back into the in between the frame rails.
Gotta get every last drop. We're about to put a tune in this thing, make sure all systems are a go, do a systems check on all the sensors, make sure they work, and then we're gonna put fire in the pipes.
So we fired it up the first time, popped right off, sounded good, but we had a small transmission leak. Forgot to tighten the fitting. This happens a lot on these types of builds when lots of people are working on stuff and got to pay attention to the details. So we got it fixed and we're gonna start it again.
back down to idle, good. Trying to tweak that in. That's it, just trying to, running through all the sensors, make sure everything's working, temperatures look good, things like that. So far, I'm pretty happy with how it's working out.
I'm very happy that it's finally running. It's been a long, what are we on, day 6 now, so a lot of decently long hours waiting on parts, but all the frustration and everything makes it well worth it when we can finally hear it sitting here run.
Car's running great. Brakes were not doing what they were supposed to be doing, which was stopping the wheels. So upon investigation, we made a brake adjustment, and now we got to re-bleed the brakes.
Are you up, Bob?
So, bleed the brakes,
Down slow.
get it on the dyno, make horsepower.
Okay, so for like the past 2 hours, we've been chasing brake issues. Turns out we had a ton of air in the brakes. Had to pressure bleed it, and we're good now. So we got brakes. Just gonna run it through